Sylvia and Larry. This time, we'd like to share you about gardening. As you can see, this is not lemongrass, but it's a variety of a parrot plant. And this is the mint, which comes out every springtime because it's gonna be dead during the winter time. This one too, the clematis, the purple clematis, has been here since we came to this house. Most probably this could be about 30 years old, and it flowers during the summertime. It's gonna be full of flowers. It's vining and it's now creeping down here. This is the one that's going to be pretty during the springtime, and this we have 4 rhododendron. So they call it rhododendron. We have the pink one, the yellow, the peach, and there's white. So they give me so much joy when it comes to that all during the springtime. However, the crowning glory of it all during spring is this, the peonies. I have this white peony that I've uprooted somewhere. It's just one stalk that was about 4 years ago, and I just put it right there during the fall or autumn, and then little did I know that it would grow to be something as big as this one. Also, so we saw these chives. So it's been here for about 3 years already, and it's really pretty because aside from giving me all the spices or the chive stalks that's needed, especially for the steamed fish, it gives me also the flowers. So I saw it in the supermarket and it's actually expensive. About less than 10 stalks of the flowers will cost you $1.99. I just bought some of this, the petunia. So the petunia, I have, how many colors is it? But this is seasonal. So I have the purple, the pink, and the white, the red, and the purple, and the white one. So we do have this. It has been here since we came here. So it could have been, these roses have been here for maybe about 20 years. Okay, so it's not doing anything. It hibernates also in the winter, and I had to cut it off. And during the springtime, it's growing its buds, the rose buds. So by summer, it's gonna be blooming already. Okay. And this one, this is another type of plant. I forgot the name of this, but you will find its beauty during the late summer as well as in the autumn, wherein most of these are gonna have its white coloring on top of the leaves, and the reason why it looks like a snow has dropped on it. And this thing over here, this is what we call the sedum. So for the sedum, it's gonna be green right now, but it's gonna be growing into a big bush like this, and by fall or autumn, it's going to have its flowers, purple flowers also on top of it. And I just bought a mandevilla as well. That's gonna be there. Okay. And this one, this is a newly planted oregano. It's not just this. So you can see the original one in the pot that was given by a friend has not been growing that much. So last week I put it down there, half of it or 1/3 of it, and it's been growing so rapidly when we put it on the ground rather than on the pot. We have another clematis here. It's been about 3 years for this clematis. It's really hard to grow a clematis, although I bought this in Home Depot, but it took a while for it to start. So this is a variety of the pink and the white clematis. So I'm happy with this right now. You can see there's another one in here, but this is the hosta plant. The the hosta was also given by a friend, and this one, I don't know what's the name of this, but I like it so much because I saw it in a neighbor's yard as well. So I said I want to have something like that, to have that kind of border. Take a look at that on our garden. The only thing about this is it dies in the winter or hibernates in the winter, but on springtime it comes back again. So look at this, it's only May right now. This is another variety of sedum, so they don't have the same leaf as the other than one that we have over there, but this one would grow as tall as this, and the inflorescence is in the top one during the fall season, which is going to be the purple color. And this one here is the Shasta Daisy. So Shasta Daisy will have its blooms, the white color, during the summertime. You might be wondering what is this tree or a bush, but this is actually the verbena. So it does flowers a lot during the springtime. However, today it doesn't have as much, and it has characteristic odor like that of verbena pomade. So that's most probably where they got the name for this one. And this over here, it just grows randomly everywhere. You might think, what is this one? Why is it that I did not uproot this? So I just let it grow wherever it is, because actually this is a chamomile plant, wherein the flowers would be turned into the chamomile tea. This one is the iris, and this is, it has purple flowers, and these are the flowers that it has, so it's still on buds. Still buddy. This one here is what you call the leopard's bane. This color. This one is an azalea. It blooms in the summer. This is the white roses. Blueberry. It's flowering right now. Okay. Another kind of hosta. And an azalea, which I just transplanted a week ago because it's not doing very well. And this one is what you call as the million flowers in the Philippines. It's we call this as Mayana. It's now officially summer, and we're gonna show you how our garden looks like in summertime. So you can see the roses are blooming. But even most of it are not doing great right now because they're already, we need to deadhead it. And look at the clematis. This is maybe our 20-year-old clematis. It's overflowing with flowers, and these are all purple flowers. Then you can see rhododendrons, the flowers are gone. And by the way, I'd like to introduce you, because I don't know yet the name of this one. This is the Dusty Miller. And peonies are gone. We have gladulus coming out. This one that looks like baby's breath, this is actually chamomile flowers. And my 3-year-old clematis is also now blooming. So this is the first bloom when I put it here, and there's only 2 buds. And this one is the flower of the hosta. And we also have the Shasta Daisy. It's just like the mother of the chamomile. The chamomile, by the way, the flowers are gonna be used for the tea. And we do have our Asiatic lilies, so it's in bloom right now. Actually, we have the yellow ones. It has been gone already, so we only have the fuchsia. And look, I've added another part of the garden here on the walkway. So this one is called, it's almost the same as my name, Sylvia. The red one is Sylvia. And this one is the alisum, which is called white clear crystal. So it's going to cover the whole span of those blank spaces. And I also interspace it with lettuce, so the garden variety. You can see it's taking most of the other spaces here. Okay. And we also have this gladulus. So during summertime, it's gonna be flowering. And let's not forget the deep red roses. So you can see during the springtime, there's no buds in there. And I've also made a hanging flower basket, and I transferred all the petunias here because it hasn't been doing very well where the Dusty Miller was. And I put in the middle also another vegetable variety of the lettuce. Also, we have the white roses, and it comes in bunches, not on a single stalk. So it's pretty heavy for each one of this, and it smells like really roses. So we have these purple flowers, which I don't really know what's the name of this one, but it will last for about a month for those flowers to be there. And you can see the chamomile tea. The hostas are growing pretty well. And also the blueberry has its little fruits right now. And my just transferred roses are now flowering as well. Let's get back to these blueberries. So look at the difference it does during spring and now summertime. That's the still unripe blueberries. So here we are at the front of our house. We did have some flowers also here that we put in these baskets. So petunias, I layer it with sedum, ferns, and Asiatic lilies that are now in full bloom. There's even ivies. We have pine tree. This is specifically for Christmas season, but it's just to cover also our front bedroom. Finally, my last baby. The name for this one is fuchsia. So this is another variety, and some of the varieties are gonna be white and red, or red and red, or fuchsia, but this one is red and purple, which is really nice. With that, this concludes our tour of our mini garden. I hope you're gonna like it, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.